Hey guys, after I ate some humble pie the other day, thanks to War Thunder, being kind of fun to play again, I said that I'd start doing reviews, and as I'm playing the Germans a lot just recently because their planes seem to have their teeth back, which is great. The game's still not perfect by any shot, it's still broken as hell, but at least it's kind of fun again. I thought I'd look at the first decent German fighter you can get, the BF109e1. I have this fully modified, but for this bit I've got it, wrong one. I've got it all turned off so you can see it stock. So if you haven't got this plane and you're thinking about going down the German tech tree, this is the first real decent fighter you get. And it's got a battle rating of 2.0, which is actually lower than the MC202, which is a 2.3, and I believe, yep, 2.3. It's the same as that, 2.3 for that. So a BF109 has a lower battle rating than a HE112 and a MC200. So let's have a look at the BF109 quickly. E1, yeah, we've got to set up. What am I doing? There you go. So straight away, it looks exactly the same as any type of BF109. I mean, the only difference really between that and say the G6 is when it loads, the G6 is just a bit fatter, and I think it's slower as well. 414. I don't know, maybe not. But then this was a hell of a lot. This was like the first generation of combat BF109s before the E3 came in, so it didn't have cannons. But its rate of fire is pretty good for a BF109. Usually they're all right at rate of fire with their machine guns, but they're not as fast as you'd expect. Whereas this, gets rounds down range pretty quick. Let's have a look at its stats quickly. So standard stock, it has a top speed of 327 miles an hour, which in the tiering that it's got at the moment, thanks to its battle rating and the whole broken battle rating system, in its battle rating group, it is one of the best fighters for speed and maneuverability, because it's got a turn time of 21.1 seconds, which is pretty good. So you can sort of dogfight with some of the heavier planes, say the F2s, maybe the Hurricanes, but not the Spitfire obviously, but at least you can outrun pretty much all of them. It's got a pretty good altitude of 32,800 feet, so you can get nice and high with it, so you can do boom and zoom tactics. And takeoff time, or takeoff run, sorry, 1174 feet. It's not too bad for a fighter. It seems to get up off the ground pretty fast. And then it has three, move the mouse, come on, go back, three 7.92mm MG17 machine guns with 3,000 rounds. Now, I don't know if it's because I don't have the weapons, I think, what's it called, the weapons maintenance up as high as it could go. Actually, I'll do that now. But I find with this aircraft, it seems to jam a little too often for my liking. If you get a little bit eager on the trigger, it will jam, and you think, oh, I've only fired a couple of bursts, so that can be a pain. But other than that, not a bad fighter. Let's have a look at it fully modified. Let's stick this on. Let's just get through all this. God, this takes a while now. And we'll slap the new machine guns on. Lovely jubbly. Right, so now this is fully upgraded. Now we've got a top speed of 354. Turn time is now 20 seconds, so that's 1.1 seconds faster in a tight turn, which is brilliant. And the rate of climb has increased to 17.8. Obviously the weapons are still the same, still 7.92s. I think it's just a slight modification for rate of fire maybe. But overall, yeah, it's for the first plane for the Germans, that's a decent plane because those things are pretty pointless, underpowered. They're good at boom and zoom and climb, but the guns on them are so underpowered. This thing is just like a brick. It's got cannon though, which does make up for it, and then you got the BF110, which has been one of the jokes of War Thunder since the game first came out, what, 2 years ago now? So I've got some actual combat footage in realistic battles, and I will skip to that bit. Right, so I get into a realistic battle on Essen, and I'm in a pretty good tiered game for the plane. I believe I'm the only BF109e1 in the entire game, so that's kind of cool. I have free roam to do my thing. So in this battle, well, for this battle, sorry, the plane has got all its full upgrades on it and upgraded engine, you know, fuselage and that stuff, so it goes a bit quicker. And I do the standard procedure for a BF109 pilot. I point the nose to the sky and I climb as fast as I can and as high as I can, because at the end of the day I'm up against a mixed team of Britain and America, and they had, I believe they had Spitfires, F4Fs and Hurricanes, and that dreaded DB7. God, that thing is so OP at the minute. It is so broken. It's actually funny. So looks like there's a few of us climbing high, which is always a good thing. Plane is handling pretty well. I'm not weapon because, as we all know, BF109s and WEP do not mix. They overheat straight away. So it looks like something's kicking off down below my left wing. I see a lot of anti-aircraft fire going off. So it's a good sign that the enemy's low, which is where I want them to be, especially in a BF109. You always want to have the height advantage, because then obviously you have the energy advantage as well. And you can swoop down and do your thing and get out there before anything happens. So straight away I can see some low level aircraft. I can't, is that a DB7? I'm struggling to make out on my little screen here because of my editor. It's a really tiny little screen to see. So it's a bit of guesswork. I know I shot down a Hurricane and I think I shot down a P-26, but let's have a look. So this guy here is coming straight on at me, and I do something stupid. I kind of agree to the head on. He's coming at me really fast, so I aim for his engine. Ooh, that was lucky. I nearly collided, but I know I hurt his engine, so he's pretty much out of this battle now. It's just a matter of time before his engine conks out and game over for him. So he's done. Forget about him. Turn the slight height advantage I've got on these guys into speed. Select a target. I believe that's an F2A. I haven't cut throttle because at this altitude the plane's pretty fast and it can go pretty quick before it rips its wings, and I was wrong, that was a Hurricane and I totally missed him. But I continue forwards because I don't want to get into a turn fight and give away all my speed. So slight climb, a high G turn, come back in for another pass. There's a Hurricane over there. It looks like a teammate's getting lit up. An F2A is climbing. So I decided to go for this Hurricane. He's got his back to me, he's turning, he's slow, low on energy. Put a couple of nice bursts into him, scare the crap out of him, zoom away. But there's another Hurricane that's decided to plop in behind me. So it's time to go defensive, which is a case of just literally a little bit up and down, left and right. These low tier players, you know, it's not hard to confuse them. Go under the bridge. I was praying to God he smacked into the bridge, but he was smarter than that. He followed me, so I just zoom away. Going to get myself some nice distance between me and him, as I don't really want to get into a turn fight with a Hurricane, and I believe he was carrying rockets, so yeah, if we got close and he got those off, I would be sitting in the bottom of the river. So as you can see, I am carrying way more speed and energy than he is. He's bleeding energy off left, right and centre. I'm getting a nice climb. He brakes. Want to get myself some distance. Now it's time to strike, so another high G turn. I've been trying to do hammerheads, but they kind of just end up going horribly wrong and end up prop hanging and usually get shot down, so I'm sticking to the good old newbie tactic of high G turns, as they seem to work for me. The occasional hammerhead does appear in my games, but at the moment, yeah, I still haven't mastered them. Now that guy's climbing to go after that HE112 by the looks of it, but he's in a Hurricane and unfortunately they are so underpowered that he doesn't stand a chance. I mean, I'm just reeling him in. Now I'm going to wait until I get nice and close before I take a shot. Just a little warning shot just to try and scare him to move. There you go, nice hit. Now I think at this point either myself or somebody else had clipped his engine, because he went from going pretty fast, you know, he was pushing that Hurricane as fast as he could, to the point where he just fell out of the sky, so I'm guessing he must have had engine problems. But I've picked up another Hurricane, so it's time to zoom away again, but at this point I notice I've got an oil leak, and that's not good, especially in a BF109. Any moment now, oh, I'll go for a hammerhead-ish kind of manoeuvre, sort of, there you go, see, textbook flying there. Yeah, my engine is going to start hurting, so I kind of get into a stupid head-on pass with him, and I pay the price for it. My fuselage gets damaged. I've got an F2A coming around behind me as well. Teammates are pretty much nowhere to be seen. I know there's only a couple of us left, but at this point I'm praying to God that, you know, a teammate will come and help me, but at this moment I'm on my own, so I'm using my speed advantage again. The HE112 is trying to slot in behind that Hurricane by the looks of it. So another high G turn, F2A is coming in to bounce me. So I get as fast as possible, so I can deny him the shot. And here comes another Buffalo, turn in on him slightly, deny the shot to him. Looks like that F2A decided to go after the MC200 instead of me, which is always a bit of good luck. And now that MC202's got a 2-on-1 situation, which is not good, so I'll come over and try and help even the score. Shooting at long range, basically pissing in the wind. That's just my bad aim, not the plane's fault. Get a good burst into him. Plane is seriously starting to lose oil now. Water temperature's going up because I've been wepping it a little bit. Trying to get guns on with this guy again. Another head-on pass, shouldn't do it, but I do. I was flying really aggressive in this game. But for a BF109 and it's a low tier plane, it can take a beating. F2A is trying to get a bit of a height advantage on me, and there we go, critical. His engine's damaged, he's done for. Again, another high G turn, just to try and close the distance on this guy, try and deny him shots, but I think that might be anti-aircraft fire shooting at me. Nope, it's a Buffalo again. The Buffalo, I just took out his engine, so you know, he's running on hopes and dreams at the minute. My oil temperature is starting to rise rapidly now. I'm in deep trouble. At this point I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for my teammates to get this guy off me, because I know he's got a F2 HE112 on his 6, so if I can keep him pretty level and pretty straight, then my teammate should be able to get him, and there you go, the HE112 just downed him, which is great work there, HE112 pilot. And then I decided to avoid the head on with the DB7 because that would just be suicide. He gets a couple of hits into me, and at this point the plane is damaged. It's time to limp it home and rearm and repair because my engine's about to die any minute. So we're back in the air after, well, I nearly didn't make it back, but I managed to just about get it back before the engine died. There was nothing really spectacular to see, so I thought I'd edit that bit out. And I believe there's only one guy left, and it's this DB7 here. So it's time to bounce him from above because I don't really want to get in front of him or behind him because he's got two gunners on the back. So time to swoop in. Can't remember if I get nice and close before I open fire on him. Yeah, I do. Totally miss. How I missed that plane from that range, I do not know. His gunners are shooting back. He's the only one left. It's time to just unload into him. Trying to get his engine on fire because I've noticed with the DB7, if it loses an engine, it is a whale. It does not like to fly. So that's my aim there, is to just cripple one of his engines just to see if I can make him crash. But he's avoiding me as best as he can because the DB7 is pretty maneuverable for a bomber. It's more like a heavy fighter. But I managed to just trade a little bit of altitude for speed there. I'm going to try and attack him from underneath. See if I can take out his gunners. I mean, for a tier 2 plane with a battle rating of 2.0, this thing is a rocket. So now we're in gun range. Give him a burst. Trying to knock out his gunners now. Right, one of his gunners is down, but I'm taking serious damage to my engine. Criticaled him, and one of my guns is jammed. Time to break off. Teammate behind me is deciding to shoot through me, so it's time to break off. Circle around. Keep an eye on that DB7 because he is a major threat. Because if he decides to turn around and come after me, I'm pretty much defenseless now. HE112 is catching him rapidly. He's got cannon rounds. He's just rearmed, so he's probably got most of his ammo. I mean, he put a couple of rounds into the back of me, so you know, cheers for that, buddy. It's time to just zoom away, head towards base, and then I think just about now is when the HE112, let's have a look. Yep, he's still behind him. Yep, HE112 shoots down the DB7, get the assist. Happy with that. Plane's a little bit battered, do a little barrel roll. Plane didn't like it though, because mind you, it's got a red wing, so yeah, its aerodynamics are a little bit messed up. Second on the scoreboard there, I'm happy with that. 2 kills, 1 assist, so hostile team has lost all its aircraft, engine is about to die. I'm waiting for the countdown to go because I don't want to crash this thing. I got the on-hand achievement, which is, you know, it's better than a kick in the teeth. Now for some strange reason my machine, or I don't know if it's my machine or my game, just takes forever on this screen. So I'm just keeping it towards the base just in case. And there we go. So all in all, for what it is, not a bad performance in the game. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the battle there. Didn't do too badly. You can see the lack of cannons can be a problem in some situations, but it's a good plane for racking up assists. I hope you enjoyed the video guys. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. If there's any planes you want me to review, then please let me know, as I enjoy making videos for you guys. And until next time, I'll catch you later.